Hello everyone, and I'm hoping this video finds you well. It's quite a strong energy because, as you can see, all the cards fell upside down. The only one that is not here is the Six of Pentacles, that is at the end of the deck. You can see it here. I just put it there because of the previous video that is in Greek. And I have to say here that today the lunar factor, yes, that's what I was searching for. So the moon today is in Libra, and I think she's making an opposition to Chiron. So depending on where Aries and Libra is in your chart, check to see which parts are affected. One thing. Second thing, with all the planets, major planets, being in retrograde, I feel that this is what is depicted here. Third, as I was saying in the Greek one, so I feel like I'm repeating myself, so you'll have to bear with me a bit. The feeling that I get is that with every major planet except for Uranus, and Uranus is already starting to prepare for his retrograde in Taurus, every other major planet is in retrograde. Taurus and Aquarius, with Uranus and Saturn in them, is at a loose square. Taurus, Uranus and Aquarius, Saturn, they're being in a loose square at the moment. We do have the conjunction of Mars and Venus in Leo, so that can bring up quite a bit of unsettlement, quite a bit of tension, as much as creation, as much as creative intuition, as much as creative juices running and flowing. How else can I say it? But to me it feels like today, with the moon in Libra, with everything else that's going on, with the sun in a trine to Neptune retrograde, that is actually shining a light and giving energy to seeing a clearer vision of whatever is happening inside of each of us, and the sun preparing for an actual opposition on the same degree with Pluto in the next few days. So that is bringing up a lot of upheaval from the insides, from the most deep ends of our cores, I feel, and as a community and as a world as well, bringing up things and lighting up things that up to now we didn't want to see, we didn't want to bring up, but need to come up and be cleansed. That's the feeling I'm getting. I feel that it's a time that globally, and if not globally, at least in our own community, in a more interpersonal way and not just everyone by themselves, we need to see that the wound that we have is it's not being healed by anyone bringing gifts or bringing a panacea or bringing in any promise of a cure. The way we were thinking and the way the society was making us all and itself believe that completion, that emotional completion, that being able to have happiness and bliss in ourselves and in our communities and in our families was working how it was going until now, is not working anymore. I feel that there is a societal, a communal, a global trauma and illness and a wound that needs to be healed, but not from something outside of the community and of the society. It's something that we're still, as a community and as a society, not being able to see. And we still feel that someone from the outside can help us and heal. That's not the point. We're not still in a position or able or even deciding and even ready to go within, and that's why the hermit is upside down, that we're still not ready to go within our own selves and our own communities and in our own society, and as a more global community, to go within and find that part that is wounded, that part that is traumatized, that part that is bleeding still from something that might have happened a long time ago, from a sword that tried to kill and wound and, I don't even know the word to say, destroy, I think, the whole of the earth and the whole of the global community, and that's the Ten of Swords for me. We're still not able to see that wound, and we're still thinking that with showing that we are happy, with showing that we are complete in a more emotional way, that's the Ten of Cups, and allowing a Knight of Cups that is reversed to bring in a cure in a way that is not actually a cure, we can solve it. The thing is that we need to go within, and we're not still ready to go within, because the problem, the wound, is caused by something inside the society, and nothing from the outside that is actually going to bring more harm, because I think you can see the shark under the Knight, and the Knight is reversed, so the shark is not the option, but the face that is coming up is the shark that is under the water, will bring more harm than do any good, because we're still not in any point to understand the trauma that we have, to see it, to feel it, to allow it to take off any infection, because we're still not seeing even the trauma, so we cannot administer any antibiotics for that infection. And the end of the deck, that we have the Six of Pentacles, and that's also reversed. To me, it feels that the material, the economic, even the energetic, the energy give and take is not balanced. It feels that we are all either giving too much, or there is a part of society, a part of people, a part of community, a part of people that are listening to this, that are giving to others too much. I feel that and it just came to me, and I think it's because it needs to be transferred to people speaking English at the moment, and whoever sees this, I think that the notion of this week is to actually understand the victim mentality and the balance or imbalance of the victim narcissistic balancing. It's that kind of an axis, narcissist victim. So when the victims start to understand that it's not the narcissist that is causing the wound, that the wound has already been there, then the victim can wake up and see what has been happening, that they have been giving too much and taking nothing in return, that the bliss, that the emotional completion that they were thinking they were having is not what they're having, that instead they are being left alone and even in an imbalanced state, even more alone than alone in themselves and with no one to help them. That's the hermit reversed. It's a very strong energy, and I think that I'm actually speaking that in English because not because it's easier to express it in English, but because the English speaking people that will be watching this will understand it better. I did not speak of that in the Greek part because I do not feel that the Greek speaking people that will listen to this will understand the axis of victim narcissist. It's a bit more understandable, I will say, and a bit more ingrained to the mentality of those English speaking, that kind of thing. So I feel that it's a time, and I'm not quite sure if I read it somewhere, but it comes as that kind of thing, that it's the time to wake up from the victim mentality, to actually acknowledge the wound, acknowledge the trauma, acknowledge the illness, and realize that whatever you've been telling yourselves, whatever we have been telling ourselves, it was a lie, it was an illusion. And whatever we are giving, thinking that will be returned from someone or from a society or from a community that is different than us, is not going to be returned because we are giving as victims to a narcissist and we're just enabling them. So I feel that it's a day to actually realize that bond and that axis and that idea of victim and narcissist. Check on it if it calls to you, and I hope that I will be seeing you soon enough. Sorry for the big video, but it took some time to come to that conclusion. Thank you again, and I'm going to leave a small message with the numbers of the day and the zodiac energies of the day. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.